Hi there, so today we are looking at mountain pose. So what's all the fuss about mountain pose and how you stand anyway? I'd like you just over the next week, take a moment just to notice and observe how you stand. So maybe you're waiting for the bus and you might be a bit like this. Maybe you've got a bag over one shoulder, maybe you're a little bit slouched, maybe the weight's very much in one foot rather than the other. And maybe that affects lots of things. So the way we stand affects how we breathe, it affects our joints, it affects how we think. So mountain pose is the very sort of basic pose, if you like, of yoga, but it really is the foundation for lots of other things. So what we want to do is think about mountain pose, standing nice and tall, but we also want to think about taking it off the mat. So next time you're waiting for a tube or bus, waiting in line for shopping, just notice how you're standing. I want you to try and think about mountain pose when you're in a shop or waiting for a tube or whatever. Don't just kind of go back to old habits, maybe leaning to one side. So starting with the feet, just have for most people it's comfortable to have the feet about hip width apart, but there's no hard fast rules. If it's easier for you to have them slightly further apart, that's fine, or maybe slightly close together, but typically about hip width apart. How wide are my hips is a question I get asked sometimes. 2 fists basically, roughly 2 fists, so just have a look and make sure. And then just take a moment just to kind of really plant through those feet. So lift all the toes up, plant through the 4 corners of the feet, and then slowly place the toes down. And then just take a moment just to notice the feet really connected to the earth. Thinking about the knees, we don't want the knees to be locking out. So in other words, they're not flat. There's a little bit of almost like a little softness in the knees. So if you were to kind of have a little bounce like this, it's easy. You're not kind of going up, down, it's soft. So that just allows the knee joints not to be locking out, because the knee joints don't like to be locked out, and also just allows everything just to flow through the knees a little bit better. You kind of want to have that sense of rooting down through the feet, and then from the waist up you want to be rising up. So we have a little smile underneath the belly button. That just helps to engage the core muscles. So just find that little smile. If the ribs are kind of sticking out, flaring out, just kind of gently let those ribs settle back. And maybe just actually place the hands for a moment just around the side ribs and just notice the breath. When we're standing well, we breathe well, we think well. And also, as I said, if we're slouching into one part of the body, it's not great for that part of the body, especially if we do it on the same side all the time. So over time, that joint will become a little bit achy, a little bit worn, and cause you issues as you go forward. So try to think about standing nice and square. So find that smile in the belly button, find that breath. So maybe with the hands around the side ribs, you feel the breath coming in and out. And think about the shoulders, just kind of, it's almost like if you hug them up and then just let them fall naturally away. Do that one more time. Hug the shoulders up and let them fall away. And just notice how that feels now. Hi, if you're watching this live. So just notice how that feels. Kind of have those shoulders, they're not up by the ears, they're not tense like this, and they're not equally sagging down. There's a place in between, which is kind of like Sthira-Sukha, softness and alertness is what we're looking for in our yoga. So feel an opening across the chest. So if anything, if you spend a lot of time on a computer or on a bike or driving, you kind of get a bit rounded. So almost feel like you can just open out through the chest, yeah? And then just let the arms hang down by the sides. The fingers can be together. And then just take a moment to think about the head. So ideally we want to kind of have like, it's almost like an orange in between the chin and the chest. So we're not sticking the head up. So this isn't great. If you look at, when I stick my head up, you can see my neck is curved. That's not great for the neck. We want the neck to be flat. So neck is an extension of the spine. So you just want to have that neutral spine, neutral head. So just notice if your head is down a little bit or is sticking up a little bit. Sometimes the chin can stick up. Just kind of find that. You'll feel it when you kind of play around a little bit. You'll feel that neutral place. And then from here, just notice how it feels to stand well, and notice or ask yourself, am I standing well out in the world, or am I in some bad habits where I put more weight into one foot than the other? Am I maybe sitting or standing with my legs crossed, maybe like this? Maybe I'm slouching a little bit. So this is mountain pose, and this is not only will it feel more natural the more you do it, it's not only in yoga, but then going into the world, taking this part of yoga off into the world is a really useful thing to do. The other thing you can do, if you want to just kind of work the legs a little bit, you can get a block and just pop it in between the legs. And this just, if you do this, it just kind of helps to activate the inner thighs and also the sort of deep pelvic floor muscles. So if you squeeze that block together and then release it and then squeeze it together just a few times, and then just have the block there. Take a moment or two with the block, and then when you're ready, just take the block away. But just kind of have that imaginary block still there, so your legs are working. And then just notice how it feels. Yeah, think about the crown of the head going towards the sky. So you're rooting down to rise up. So you couldn't be standing any taller, but it feels like in a natural way. You know, you're not kind of like this, and you're not kind of collapsed like this. This affects the breathing, affects the joints. This, however, feels easy. Yeah, so we kind of want to find that easy standing position. Like when we're sitting down in yoga, we want to find that easy seat, that comfortable seat. And standing is the same thing. We want to find a comfortable standing position. And the more we kind of stand well on our mat, as I say, the more we'll take this out into the world. And even the way we walk will be changed. It's better for our posture, it's better for our breath, it's better for the way we think. As I say, it's better for the joints. So there's no kind of downsides to standing well. So just take a moment just to kind of really come back to that place of standing well every now and again, because we all fall into bad habits. And maybe you can just catch yourself before it creates any more problems going forward. So hopefully this is useful. Just rub those hands together. Take a moment just to say well done to yourself for just taking this time out for you, and then place that warmth over the eyes. Take a moment here just to breathe in loving kindness for yourself. Just let it trickle into every cell of the body, knowing that loving kindness starts with yourself. Breathing out loving kindness to the world. And take a moment of gratitude for one thing in your life today, maybe just the sunshine or whatever it is in your life today. Take those arms all the way up towards the sky, breathing in. And just let those arms come out, breathing out. Notice how you feel. And then just have a little shake off, have a little, let it all go and enjoy. So next time you're standing in mountain pose, just take a moment to come back to these points, and any questions always let me know. Lots of things I can do to help you. I have 10 minutes a day you can do. I have coaching, I have classes, etc., retreats. So if you're stuck with anything, let me know. And if you've got any questions, I'm here to support you. So thank you very much. Bye for now.